Alright. What's up, everybody? Good morning. I think we were going to the next district over, if I'm not mistaken, from last night. Investigate the chairman's office in the Acropolis district, but I gotta get to the maintenance tunnels.
Oh, there. That's one right there. Can't you just see the stench of impropriety radiating off of him? Oh, there. That's one right there. Can't you just... How splendid. Another rung leech wandering through the streets of Byzantium. Why, just this morning I thought to myself, as lovely as the gardens are, what they really need is more greasy vagrants frolicking through them. And here you are, frolicking.
Frolicking. Guys, do I frolic?
I must be honest with you, Captain. Yes.
Well, whatever you call it, do it elsewhere, and take your merry band with you. Honestly, what is the board thinking letting so many of your ilk into the city proper? It's madness.
Well, I might not be able to use this cup anymore, guys. I'm sitting here with this really hot cup of coffee, and I just noticed I saw it on the inside. There's a crack running all the way down through that cup. I think it's time to retire that cup. I did not see that till just now. It hasn't made it all the way to the base, but there's a good chance that that's gonna... I'm gonna take that back to the kitchen, actually, guys, really quick, since I noticed that I do not want to have a boiling hot coffee accident. Yeah, no, we don't throw those away. Those get turned into like little seedling pots for plants and stuff. But I don't. Yeah, I've seen too many accidents happen with stuff like that. So we will not be using that cup for coffee anymore. All right, let's respond to her. If the board isn't supposed to let people into the city, how'd you get here?
I earned my place here, just like everyone else. My grandfather was the CIO at Tile, you see.
What's a CIO?
Chief Idea Officer. He came up with all the best ideas for their products. Well, he described the idea of it to their font development team, then picked it from a list of choices, but that's basically the same thing. It was a very long list.
Yes, but what did you do to earn your place here?
I just told you. My grandfather made millions of bits as CIO, and I earned them from him.
No, you didn't earn. Inheriting.
Of course it is. Wealth is the most visible, objective measure of success. And success isn't given to you, it's earned. My grandfather taught me that.
This is the perfect example of a Nepo baby.
And if you're successful, you must have earned it. Honestly, it's a simple concept.
and the problem facing society right now. Like, I love the fact that this game is however many years old at this point, but it's so reflected in modern society right now. This is hilarious.
You're welcome.
But she's a nepo baby,
Now, do we have
100%.
any further business, or are you just here for the repartee?
Good times.
The Acropolis district is off limits. Move along.
By the way, folks, we've got Last of Us Season 2 last night. I have not watched the episode yet. The episode is ready to go. As soon as I wrap up the morning stream, I'm going to watch it. Last night I watched, with Chris, we watched episode 8 of Daredevil, and then we watched The Killer with Michael Fassbender from 2013. It's a David Fincher film that they did on Netflix. Holy crap, that's a good movie. But I will be watching Last of Us 2 and getting the review out today, so stay tuned for that. Alright, Persuade. Mind if I take a breather? I'm pretty tired of her hauling around all these bits.
What in the law's name are you on about?
These 2,520 bits have been weighing me down all day. Here, you hold them.
Sure. Let me just take that off your hands. Did I say restricted area? Slip of the tongue. What I meant was, welcome to the Acropolis district.
It's good to be the king. I love it. Borstwurst. It's not the worst unless it's Borstwurst. So by the way, guys, we transitioned to our amazing Bard mug from Rebellion and Atomfall. I love the fact that they sent me an actual, like, last a lifetime coffee mug.
Captain, I stand out here like a big, greasy thumb.
No date. We were talking about this yesterday for Outer Worlds 2. More than likely, because IGN has been running their first series, which means we're pretty close to the launch of. Xbox has their big event in June, the showcase. If I had to guess, we're going to get a release date in June. It'll probably be for like July or August. So I'd say it'll be this summer. We're going to get a summer release date for Outer Worlds 2. And I bet we get the announcement. Because IGN doesn't usually run their first series of videos until we're within a few months of a game launching. So I'd say we're pretty close. But anyway, yeah, if I had to guess, we will get a release date in June. I don't know where I'm supposed to go here.
Welcome to the official headquarters of the Halcyon Holdings Corporation Board. Today's greeting is brought to you by Auntie Cleo, a subsidiary of Colway Pharmaceuticals.
What's up, Mithril? Alright, what does my quest journal tell me? Oh, hang on. I'm hearing noises outside. I need to double check that that's Chris and not cats doing bad things. That was cats doing bad things. That was Mary jumping on the back door, screen door, and climbing up to chase a lizard or something. Mithril celebrating 3 months of membership with a comment that says, I have nothing smart or funny to say. That's okay. I'm not ready for smart and funny. I haven't had nearly enough coffee, so you're saving me the trouble. Alright, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here.
Do we really need all the security?
I have to go through 3 checkpoints.
I've got a
just to take
waypoint
off
that's
and break.
pointing me.
Can't be too careful.
It's either going to be up or
Dissidents like
down.
Phineas Wells will stop at nothing to ruin this colony.
State your business. Please step away. This entry is for high priority HHC business only.
Ah, I do have a card.
Huh. I didn't
Hola,
realize we were still
papi.
using those
Es
iridescent
hora de
stickers.
fiesta.
But this looks right. I'll just need you to register your weapons with a revised request to carry 32B form. Each weapon will need
Baby,
a
with
separate
what
form.
you're carrying, it's always time for a party. Welcome to the chat.
Now, let's see. Damn it. When did I run out of forms?
Oh, what a shame you don't have any forms.
You don't have to be sarcastic about it. Look, you don't have time to wait on new forms, and I can't afford the citations for impeding HAC business. So I'm going to save us both some trouble and waive your forms. Just know there are a bunch of guards upstairs, and they're all high on dervish mist and low on patience. So try anything funny, and they'll paint the walls with your guts.
Thanks for the grats. I'm doing good. Sort of. Yeah, kind of. I woke up with a bad, I don't know if I slept wrong. I pulled out my old chair yesterday and thought I would try it out while I was doing my Dune Awakening recordings, which was like an hour and a half, and I gotta say that I think I thought I was, you know, it fucked with my leg. I woke up this morning and I'm having some low grade, like, ew, I don't feel very good this morning in my leg. And I think it's because I pulled this old chair out of storage. It's my old office chair. I pulled it out of the storage unit yesterday to sit on because I was like, I've been feeling pretty good and everything else. I'm going to try sitting on that because it's a really cushy chair. And I thought I would try it out, put my feet up and everything else, and I was not feeling good after my recordings yesterday, so I'm going to put that back in storage today. And then I woke up this morning just kind of feeling eh. So, apart from that, I'm doing well. I'm just old, is probably what it comes down to. But I got 50k subs. That's the salve for all complaints, right? Colds do suck, especially man flu cold. The man flu cold is the worst. I'm being slightly sarcastic. No, I think anything with a anything with like a sinus, scratchy throat. The worst are stomach aches. Like I have a really hard time vomiting. Like some people don't have a problem vomiting. Some people could just projectile puke everywhere. And I'm one of those people who, if something tries to come up, I strain so hard, to like not let it come out, that I've burst blood vessels in my eyes from like the act of my body's trying to throw up, and I'm like, no, you shall not projectile anything. And so I'm like, to the point where I've burst a blood vessel in my eye before. And I've had a couple of friends in my life who could just literally, I remember one time we went out drinking. Well, actually what happened was my buddy was drinking. I was not drinking. We went to get Chinese food. And he's like, let's do shots. And I was like, I don't want to do shots. I don't like shots. And he's like, we're going to do shots. I was like, we're not doing shots. He's like, well, I'm going to get a shot. I was like, you do you. So he gets a shot after we finish the meal. And we're out of the restaurant walking back to our apartments. And he's already schnockered. And he turns, just as we're walking, doesn't even stop.
So what's the
We're
plan?
mid-conversation. He just keeps walking, turns his head, and just projectiles all over the side of this building, and walking while he does it. Never stops. Gets done, wipes his mouth, keeps on going back to his house. And I was just like, I can't. Like, I'd be doubled over. Like, yeah. But scratchy throats for me. Chris makes fun of me because when I start feeling that tickle, I get all sorts of like. I get upset. I don't like it. But for me, the worst are tummy aches. I don't like stomach. Like upset stomach is like that'll put me on my ass. Like I'm a big crybaby about a stomach ache. Like headaches, I've never had. Like I've had migraines like twice in my life. My wife gets migraines a lot because she doesn't drink enough water, and so she gets like dehydration headaches frequently. Anyway, um, steam fossil. Ed the Gamer says, "What's your best method for completing open world games, RPGs? I always seem to get distracted and stray away from missions." Somebody said in chat, I don't know where it went, that just focus on the main missions. Where did that go? Yeah, Thandar said, do the main campaign or story quests. Yes, that's the easiest solution, is just focus on the main quest. Like, do you see all these side quests right here? Side quests, faction quests, companion quests, tasks. I'm ignoring those. I'm just doing the main quest. I am not trying to do a completionist version of this game, only because this was something where I'll tell you what, if Baldur's Gate 3 had not announced patch 8 for tomorrow, I would have done a completionist run of this game. And I would have gone through and done like a 40-hour playthrough of all the side quests, all the companion quests, and everything else. But since Baldur's Gate 3 is coming out tomorrow, patch 8, I'm just focused on the main story. So I'm going to burn through this and just get the main story done, just so that I can have it completed, so that I'm ready to go for when the second game launches later this year. So it just, in a perfect world, I think that if you're just playing games for fun, aren't the other quests important? They're not important for the story, but it's important. I wouldn't say they're important. I would say they are there so that if you are really having a good time, then you should do them. There's no such thing as a right way or a wrong way to play a video game. If you're having fun with the game, play the quests, do them in whatever order you want. There's no such thing as a right way or a wrong way. The only time a game will tell you, certain games you're supposed to do things in order, and they'll let you know. Like, I think it's like the God of War games as an example, or Jedi Survivor, Jedi Fallen Order. There will be linear paths that you have to take to unlock certain abilities before you can and like world areas will be locked off until you have certain abilities. So it'll be like you can't go here until you get that force ability, which opens up the door or allows you to climb the vines or force pull or something. And that's when you do, all right, I'm going to do this quest until I get that ability. Now I'm going to go over here and explore all those areas that I can explore now that I have that new ability until I can no longer advance. Then I'll go do more main quests. So the way that I usually play games, if I'm given an unlimited amount of time, like if it's a new release and I'm playing it for the purpose of streaming it, and I don't have any other, if it's a new release, what I will do is I will do main quest for a few hours until I get the feel of the game. And then I will get the main quest to a point where I'm like, okay, I'm pretty happy with where that's at. Or I'll take the main quest to the point where I start feeling it's getting a little too challenging for me, at which point I will back out and start doing side quests, everything else. My priority is almost always companion quests first, side quests second, main quest third. That's how I prioritize normally. Because I love companions and I love the relationships and the romances and the things that you get from having companions in your games. I love companion quests. But this is not a new release. This is a 6-year-old game, 7-year-old game that I'm playing in between new releases. So since it's not a new release, and since I want to get to Baldur's Gate 3 patch 8 tomorrow, I'm burning through main quest only for this game. So hopefully I'll wrap it up. If I don't wrap it up, I don't think I'll wrap it up today, but I should be able to wrap it up with tomorrow morning's stream, then I'll go to physical therapy, then I'll come back from physical therapy, and we'll be ready to start Baldur's Gate 3 Patch 8. Is this my first playing of Outer Worlds? It is. I did a few hours of it last year, but I've never done I've never actually played the storyline. So that's what we're here right now doing, is the main storyline of this game to prepare for the launch of the second game coming later this year.
Apologies for the wait. I was arranging my stationery.
And like Mithril said, some games like Elden Ring, they're going to want you to do a bunch of side quests to level your character up before you do the main quest. But other games don't have levels. Everything scales. So in games where everything scales, just do it in whatever order you want. Like my preferred order, like I said, is companion quests, side quests, main quests. But that doesn't, it's up to you. Like, I don't personally have the issue, and I'm just saying this is a personal thing. I don't have an issue, like, getting sidetracked, because it's really easy to, like, there's a quest tracker here, so it keeps me focused. It's like, okay, do I have any side quests to clear? Let's go. Do I still have companion quest? Okay, main right there. You know.
Personal assistant to Adjutant Akande and Chairman Rockwell. I'm also responsible for organizing the adjutant's stationery, which is more of a hobby.
Any chance I could meet the chairman?
Ah. Oh, you were being serious. I'm obliged to inform you that Chairman Rockwell is unavailable for an indeterminate duration. Will there be anything else? Personal assistant to Adjutant Akande and Chairman... The art of a... Will there be...
All right. I should do a hard save.
Excuse me, just a moment. Is there something I can do for you?
What's with the big hole in the wall?
That's a good question. What is up with the big hole in the wall? That's true. That's true. Mithril. From Software games don't have quest trackers. That is true. That is, I think at that point it's just based on personal objectives. Like, what are you trying to get out of the game? What's up, Devon? Big streamer, no time for us little guys. I tell you what, we could joke about that all you want, but I'm having the day before yesterday was the lowest income day that I've had this year. And I'll tell you why. South of Midnight has gotten it's not quite levels of Dragon Age Veilguard dislikes, but the amount of thumbs down and people trying to purposefully push South of Midnight down so that no one wants to watch it, and that because it's got so much online vitriol against it, and people like these big streamers calling it a woke game, and it's all this other stuff. My traffic for South of Midnight is horrible. The streams were okay, but when I started pushing out the 30-minute episodes for the Let's Play, those videos are getting 20 to 30, maybe 50 views at most. And normally my videos will get 300 to 500 views over the course of a few days. Those videos are getting 50 views at most on the Let's Play series, and they're getting like 50% to 50% downvotes. So that definitely, because there's just a suppression going on with that. It's unfortunate. I had a great time with the game, but because I was so focused, because again, I'm not doing my second streams right now. I'm not doing my second streams in the afternoon because I'm doing the Dune Awakening stuff in the afternoons. So in the afternoons, I've been pushing out Let's Play episodes for the past 3 days, and the traffic just went whoa, all the way down because no one's wanting to watch that game. Now, the views on the Outer Worlds stuff is doing okay. It could be better, but the South of Midnight stuff is dragging all the other stuff down. And that's that's one of those things where when you're doing variety streaming like I do, you're always going to have dips and valleys. You're always going to have this. But we can go into analytics and we can look. Everything was going pretty good, you know, like our standard, like kind of up, down, always going up, always going up. And then we hit South of Midnight, and I started losing followers. So normally, when I say losing followers, I don't mean net loss. What I mean by that is, if I normally would get 50 to 80 followers a day on the South of Midnight content, I started losing followers on all of those videos and all of those streams and all of my reviews and everything else. So instead of getting 50 to 80 followers per day on the channel, I'm getting 10 to 20 followers per day because so many people decided to leave the channel over my South of Midnight videos. It's the same shit we saw with Dragon Age Veilguard. There's a certain amount of people who will follow for all your gaming content, but then the moment you start talking positively about something that has a female character or a trans character or a black character, there's a certain amount of like gamer bros who will just like leave channels, which is fine. I don't want them here in the first place. But yeah, definitely. As much as I can celebrate, we got to 50,000. Here, I'll show you. Let me see if I can pull this up really quick. Programmed sheep, yeah, it's a legit thing. It's a beautiful filter in the long term, Butterfly, because yeah, we can get rid of all the trolls. Yeah. Here's I can show you guys. I could show you. This is. Let me pull this up. So this is like our normal, you know, we do okay, 30, 50, we get a spike here from some things. This is about the time we started streaming, I think April 4th, something like that. This is when we started getting into like South of Midnight stuff, and we started boom, boom, boom. I only got 11 followers. Look, I only got 8 followers on the 12th. Yesterday was 10 followers. Wait, was that yesterday? Oh, it hasn't tracked the 13th yet. So, yeah. Only getting 8 net followers, but I still get net followers, right? But you can see the down spike in the last like week, just because of South of Midnight episodes airing. So I went for this was the airing, by the way. This is going into the VODs that are coming out, the 30-minute episodes. I did 24 of them to do took the whole stream session and cut it down to 30-minute episodes. And yeah, we had a dramatic drop off. That's just literally that's people unfollowing the channel and unfollowing the videos because of a black protagonist, a black female protagonist. It's the same shit we saw with Dragon Age Veilguard. People pissed off because there was a trans character in it and directed by a trans, and fuck them. We don't want them here. But as much as I could celebrate 50K and we can joke about, on the way to being a big streamer and everything else, like, we still have downturns, and South of Midnight, as much as I loved the game, was definitely a downturn. Are we gonna get to ban our first character? Are we getting to ban our first troll today? Look at YouTube chat, guys. Zay215. Look at they don't even have it. They literally have a GrifterBot username with a bunch of numbers in it. Zay215 Kenzo says, a trans character, bro? Come on, man. Guess what, Zay? We celebrate all gamers here on my channel. All gamers get celebrated. Get your sexist, bullshit, machismo, anti-trans, anti-gay, anti-whatever. Get it the fuck out of here. We don't want you here. Get bent, get yeeted. Bye-bye. We're banning our first troll of the day.
Strong hand, fist of iron, judgment falls. Hearts are dying, banhammer strikes. Tears like rain, justice served. Feel their pain.
Feel their pain, yeah. Hector joined at the right time. Ding, 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 ding. We've got a winner chicken dinner. Zay's girlfriend is trans, that's why he's mad. He didn't find out till afterwards either. Ah, and he can't handle the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Good afternoon. I'm Chairman Rockwell, and I'm here to address a serious issue facing us. As you all know, our colony has been successful beyond our wildest dreams. Unfortunately, we've recently discovered that our food supply will not be able to sustain Halcyon's population in the long term. Everyone will die. Everyone will slowly stop living from malnutrition. But we're doing it together, and that's what matters. I fucking swear, if someone doesn't give me something to read that will placate the masses soon, all of you will find yourselves violently unemployed. But I can assure you there's nothing to fear. We've got a solution. It's called the Lifetime Employment Program. We will freeze most of the colony to preserve resources, while the best and brightest of Byzantium continue living in prosperity. Look, you idiots! How many times do I have to tell you we can't say shit like that? Fire whoever wrote this! While Halcyon's brightest minds solve the problem of our nutritional shortage, the rest of the colony will be placed in suspended animation. Individuals will be revived on a rotating basis, so that every Halcyonite can be part of the important work of saving our colony. By testing paperweights. Sorry, couldn't resist. Let's go again. And someday, in the not-too-distant future when we've solved this crisis, we'll all be back together again working for the good of Halcyon. Until then, the board shall provide for the deserving just as it always has. So, obey your supervisors, take your vitamins, follow your corporate-mandated grooming rituals, and rest assured with the board on your side, there is nothing to worry about.
That was all a story, wasn't it? It's not real.
Well, that was some quite distressing information. Captain, could I have a moment of your time?
In a minute. We didn't get a chance to send the message. Send the message to Earth. Well, hang on. Let's check the personal files first. Toss Clark's belongings into the street. Please allow between 3 and 9 months for your message to complete transit. Jesus. Alright, Vicar wanted to talk to me about something. Oh, where did he go?
Anyone with eyes to see would not be shocked to hear that the colony is dying. But the board's solution, on the other hand, choosing to save themselves and their families and friends at the expense of the rest of the colony? Those fucking bastards. What are we going to do about this?
I don't know yet.
Well, when you figure it out, you can count on me to back your play. Your ability to talk us out of even the most hopeless situations hasn't failed us so far. What's occupying your thoughts?
The fact that you're bothering me, bro. All right. Time to get out of here. Uh-oh. We're about to get confronted.
I beg your pardon. Minister Clark's former office is currently closed to solicitors.
I won't be long. Just admiring the architecture.
I suppose that is admissible. Please try not to break anything.
I'm kind of shocked we had to ban someone this morning. We haven't had any trolls in about a week. And on an older game, for that matter. Like, Outer Worlds doesn't have any controversial viewpoints around it. I'm surprised that we had that type of a troll in chat. Call me Godsmacked. Yeah, it's the channel. It's just, you know. They're just super excited to be here. It's because they just want to be here to lick my chode. That's just what they thrive on. Basement-dwelling chode lickers who just can't get enough of the taste of that sweet, sweet YouTube chode. Oh, Jesus.
I think I'm gonna start taking my lunches out in the city. That would be down Tartarus is still in the cafeteria.
That scientist? The one who's been pounding the clerks?
Theodore keeps eating my purple-berry lunches. It's like the people who are super upset about, oh, I need an ID card, which I don't have. There's a bunch of people who are upset about, Marathon right now. Who are like, I can't believe this is the shit that Bungie pushes out. This game looks like absolute garbage. This game's gonna suck. It's like, first, you can't know a game is gonna suck until you've actually played it. Two, this is the problem, and we've covered this. This is a few months ago when we talked about this. It's a good thing when companies experiment and do things that are outside of their wheelhouse.
Basically, if you don't work here, or for Chairman
We
Rockwell
want
himself,
that as
you're
gamers.
not
We
getting in.
want companies to experiment and try new things, right? Because if they don't, the industry stagnates and we don't get anything new or exciting. So you get all these basement dwellers who are ranting on social media that Marathon isn't Destiny 3. Like, why didn't they just make Destiny 3? This is bullshit. I can't believe they didn't. Can't believe they didn't build Destiny 3. Like, because they wanted to try something different. Oh, it's Marathon. They're gonna charge $40 for it. That's bullshit. All these other games are free to play, and all these other extraction games are free to play. I'm not gonna pay $40. So don't pay $40 for something. Bungie has a dedicated crowd who are gonna play that game. Oh, what's woke about it? There's nothing. It's cybernetic characters. Like, you can't claim it's woke. There's no politics in a cybernetic science fiction. They're robots, dude. You can't claim that robots are woke. But the commentary around Marathon right now from the trolls is just hilarious. It's like, personally, I watched the stream and I was like, it looks interesting, but I'm not into extraction shooters. So the chances of me playing it are going to be pretty slim to none. Because I don't have a crew. I don't have a crew that I run with. And I don't, like, if you watch the alpha presentation, guys like Dr. Lupo, like guys like Lupo who thrive on extraction shooters, Shroud, Lupo, all those guys, they're going to eat the shit out of that game and they're going to have fun, and all of their fans are going to have fun watching them play, and all those people are going to have fun playing together. Nothing wrong with that. I looked at it and went, I mean, if it had a single player storyline campaign, I'd be all about that because it looks kind of cool and fun to play. But I don't like extraction shooters. So for me, I have no desire to be a part of that. Like, I don't run with a crew. I don't like to do random, teams, and I don't like to do the solo missions. Like, I tried Apex Legends. It was okay. I've done DMZ and stuff with Call of Duty. It's okay. Like, but I like RPGs and story games. So for me, I'm always gonna. And so, okay, cool. I'm glad Bungie is experimenting. I hope they have success because it allows them to continue to expand and build cool games for lots of different people. Um, and I just move on with my day. But the amount of people who are like out there just up in arms because it's not Destiny 3. Fuck you, Bungie. Rah. Wow. Wow.
I don't know how you got that, but I still don't know you, and I don't have any new clearances on the list.
They miss robotic curves. Ooh, I get to intimidate. Let me through there right now. Your official record won't be fit for polishing floors.
What?
Waste my time. Oh yeah, people like me never repeat themselves.
Oh no. You must be from Chairman Rockwell's office. I'm so sorry. No one told me you were coming.
Robotic curves, baby.
Please,
So
go on
blocky.
through. And let's forget this misunderstanding, huh?
Don't forget, guys, later today, Episode 1, Season 2, The Last of Us. I'll be watching that and reviewing it, so stay tuned. Man, I need like a key card or something, though, because I don't have any clearance. Oh, I should save.
Easy does it.
No!
What? No.
I've never pickpocketed anybody before, ever. So let him
Understood.
come back over here.
I'll keep my head down.
See if I can do that again. He's going to turn his back to me. Oh, fuck, he moves away, like, before it finishes. Maybe I can get one of those guards. Save game.
Shh.
Dude, he turned around. What'd you turn around for, bro?
What was...
He saw me. All I got was armor. I figured I could get some, I figured I could get a key card or something. Yeah, see, I don't have a card down here.
I'll keep quiet.
I don't have a card for down here. I don't know how I'll be able to get through here. Fuck, man, this is not gonna be cool. Oh, I can't get over there from here. That's not good. No, this is leading me in completely the wrong direction. Does he just not care that I'm in here? Here we go, here we go. Shit, there's a guard. Ruh-roh, what's up with all these things and bodies?
Hmm?
Oh, no.
Something's not
Look
right.
out!
I can deal.
Well, there's nothing for it now. Oh no, the door is barred. I don't know how we're getting through there. Hibernation lab. By the way, I should check. Well,
What? Huh?
Watch out, Captain!
yeah, I'm so screwed. How far am I into the game? I don't know. Probably 80% of the way through. I don't have a badge to be down here though, so I'm like, oh, it quick save before I went. The last save was before I went down there. I don't know where I'm gonna find a card at.
Move along.
Huh?
Careful. Nova's. Let me guess. She's still holding the catch-up packet incident over Holt's head, right? We've talked to her before. She can't keep letting her special friends down here.
Hey, I'm extra special.
Just get out of here. Huh? You're fast.
I still haven't found a card anywhere though. Whoop, 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 whoop. Is that what I was looking for? Was that the right card? I'll know here in a second. I will know here momentarily. Yep, that's what I was looking for. Alright, let's do a hard save here. Okay. So, I need to go over here. Shit, I don't know if this... Yeah, that's one way to do it. Alright, I'm completely out. I'm gonna have to talk my way out of this.
Visitors allowed, citizen.
But this should reset
I'm
the...
gonna need to see some identification.
Yep. Wonder what it says. I only need to persuade number 1, so let's just do that.
Let me guess. She's still
Yeah.
We've talked to her. Just get out of here.
Okay, that refreshed my...
Nicely done. Soldier.
Oh shit. This doesn't lead me anywhere. Let's load. The only reason I know that, Dennis, because I went online and looked at the main missions and said, how many main missions do I have left? And I saw that I had 3 main missions left, and so I went, oh, okay, so I'm probably 80% of my way through the game. Oh, it's not going to let me dump down that way. Alright, we're going to keep loading from that save point. Try to figure out a way to get down here. Let's go this way. Do not open the cells. Open the cells. Good luck with that. I'm going to create a new save just for that moment.
Watch out, Captain!
Huh?
Bring him down! Getting behind cover!
still can't get down in here.
Pass that armor. Down they go.
There's a door right down there. Discontinued due to adverse reactions. Oh, my companions are dead. I did not notice that.
Got it. Heads down.
Welcome to Human Experimentation Ministry of Accuracy and Morality. I'm going to test these required step of any new product. View lab notes. Live human trials. The addition of dimethyl sulfoxate to the current round of tests has resulted in improvement. Subjects are showing improved circulation and increased neural activity. However, our formula is still missing something. We're unable to fully revive subjects from long-term hibernation, and removing their supply of dimethyl sulfoxate results in rather excruciating death. The problem is compounded when we consider reviving and freezing subjects multiple times over their lives. Oh, I don't care about these people. They're corporate stooges. Yep. Shouldn't have trusted Rockwell, you slaves. That's what you get for being corporate board members' stooges. No, I want to just get out of here. Let's see if we're about to get mobbed on the way out. Alright, we're good. I'll be right back.
I shall await your signal, Captain.
milk and your tea remedy. Mmm. Delicious. Alright. I got a little bit more coffee. What always makes me like feel really weird is the way this game auto pulls your pistol every time you go anywhere. Like you would think it would auto stow your pistol and then you'd only pull it out when you're having combat moments.
Some crew members are causing a disturbance on the ship.
Not my monkey,
You have
not
a
my
message
problem.
from Adjutant Sophia Akande.
No one ever looks quite the same in person as they do in my reports. And my reports of you have been exceptionally thorough. You've had quite a career.
Let's skip the pleasantries.
You have something I want. I'd like to negotiate.
I'm listening.
Phineas Wells is wanted by the board. I want to convince you to turn him in to us.
We're done here, Ada.
You are making a serious mistake.
Adjutant Akande's call has been terminated. Will there be anything else, Captain?
Let's get out of here.
We have successfully arrived at Phineas's orbital lab, Captain, and we are still in one piece. Shall I congratulate myself, or would you like to do the honors? If you don't mind my saying, Captain, Minister Clark is lucky to have you on his side.
That's right. That right there is what I'm talking about. You exit to any sort of exterior and your pistol is automatically drawn. Or whatever is your primary weapon, right?
I've kept myself busy in your absence, optimized my formula. I'm now confident I can revive the remaining colonists. All I need now is the dimethyl sulfoxide. I'll take as much as you can give me.
Alright. Forget about your chemicals for a second. The colony's on the verge of collapse.
What? Oh, yes, well, that's obvious. Anyone with 2 working labs can see this colony's slouching toward oblivion. Why do you think we've been doing all this? I revived you to help me save Halcyon from annihilation.
It gets worse. Chairman's planning on freezing every worker.
Hold on. Let me see if I understand this correctly. You're saying that Halcyon's on the brink of total collapse, and the chairman's plan to save all of us is to save himself? I always knew Halcyon was heading toward a systems collapse, but I never imagined we were already there. The board made this crisis, and now they want to solve it by freezing the rest of us?
Sounds like it.
That's not a plan. That's a goddamn escape clause. That makes 2 things we don't have. Time and chemicals to revive the other settlers. None of this was supposed to happen. I was supposed to revive the Hope's colonists. We were supposed to have enough time to solve the problem before we all starved.
Well, I found your chemicals anyway.
Human test subjects. Oh, that's grotesque. That's unthinkable. That's exactly what I'd expect out of the board.
Here's your canister of chemicals.
Thank you. You've brought me enough chemicals to get started, at least. I'm just sorry they came at the cost of human lives. Those poor people, they must have died in agony. What exactly was the board trying to accomplish?
Board's trying to mitigate damage to human tissue during the revival process.
You say the board's trying to freeze their subjects over and over again without inflicting permanent damage? Well, they're nowhere close to solving that problem. I'll tell you this much. The board scientists are hopelessly lost. After years of fruitless experimentation, they've made exactly zero progress.
Bureaucracy. Focus, Phineas. Halcyon's going to collapse unless we do something.
We're out of time. We're out of chemicals. We may very well be out of options. If the board has their way, we're all going to be spending the rest of our lives frozen in stasis. Do you realize what this means for the Hope? For your fellow colonists? The board's going to kill them all. Toss them out into space, just to make room in their hibernation chambers.
Alright. Has to be something we could do.
Short of lining up every member of the board and shooting them in the back of the head. Do you know what's waiting for us on the Hope? Scientists, engineers, artists, the brightest minds Earth ever sent us, uncorrupted by the board. The board's going to dispose of them all and transform the Hope into a prison for the rest of us. They're likely on their way to the Hope as we speak. We need to get to those colonists before the board.
I just saw your comment, Hector, about the true murder hobo. My companions did. I didn't notice. Sometimes I say we could skip the Hope into the system.
Merciful gibbering law, you're a genius. We bring the Hope to us. Skip the entire ship across the distance of colony space, right next to my lab.
Hope's probably damaged. We'll have to route power from the unreliable.
Yes, exactly. You're a step ahead of me, but I perceive the shape of your plan. If we link up the Hope to the unreliable, then use your navigational computer to calculate a reasonably safe vector, we can skip the entire colony ship into the rings of Terra 2.
I don't know much about skip drives, not the physics anyhow. I do know the Hope's real massive. How's our bitty little ship supposed to skip it?
Excellent question, my sharp-witted mechanic. You will use your own ship to power up the Hope's skip drive. Your navigational computer can handle the rest.
And that's going to work, without killing us in the process. I thought intra-system micro-jumps were prohibited for a reason.
Yes, there's always a risk of a catastrophic collision between the Hope and, say, Terra 2, in theory. But you'll be fine, provided your calculations are correct. You'll need to switch on the Hope's auxiliary power using the unreliable. Then head to the bridge. Your navigational computer, Ada, should be able to activate the Hope's skip drive. Once you've skipped the Hope next to my lab, I'll have easy access to the frozen colonists. I can start reviving them immediately.
Alright.
I know you're wondering why I'm doing all this. Why I believe the people on the Hope are the answer to the colony's problems. The Hope is carrying some of humanity's most brilliant thinkers, scientists, engineers, experts in their field. If we work together, we can still find a way to save Halcyon. The board would have us believe Halcyon is beyond saving. I choose to believe otherwise. If there's even the slightest chance we can save Halcyon from oblivion, then we have to take
I like it how our board faction keeps decreasing and I just don't give a shit. Screw the board. What's up, Spellmara? There a reason why you're hiding behind bulletproof glass?
Oh, it's not you. I do experiments in that room. Some of them get quite scientific. The unexpected is to be treasured, but from a safe distance. Regardless, it's quite comfortable in here, you know. I have my beans, have my caffeinoids, plenty of toilet paper.
Alright. Well, we have a mission. Land your ship at one of the Hope's docking bays.
Crew members Ellie and Max are engaged in a heated discussion in the kitchen.
Good for them.
We have arrived at the Hope. I need you to reroute power from our ship to the Hope's auxiliary generator. You'll have to connect me to the Hope's comm system so I can convince her central computer to enable the skip drive.
Okay.
Dr. Wells has not dragged you into one of his irrational schemes again. My diagnosis of his mental stability is not flat.
We're good. Don't worry about it, honey. Alright, we gotta level up our body and Vicar. Alright, we've got multiple objectives here. Patch. Roll call. Silver Mountains. Only life support is powered.
Power's out, Captain.
Well, that's a start. Whoa, is that a person? Oh no, who are you?
You know, when they posted us here, I told them there wasn't any point. Nobody would be so stupid as to fly to the ass end of the colony for this derelict. Shows how much I know. You've got about 5 seconds to tell me what you're doing here before I make you take a walk outside.
We're gonna lie. I'm sent to repair reactors to explode the colony out with it.
Explode? Holy shit. All right. You'll want a uniform so my staff doesn't shoot you on sight. They're a dangerous mix of bored and trigger-happy. We've got a few extra in the old badge station to my right. Good luck.
Okay, badge station to my right. Let's do a save here. Pretty sure I saw a workbench back there. I need to run back to that really quick. And do a final check on gear here before we go in. I just need to go figure out where that was. A lightsaber? No, it's like a plasma sword type thing. Where is the workbench? It said that it had registered one. Aha! Yeah, we'll definitely use that. Yeah, it's just like a plasma sword. Too bad it's only a one-hander. Be a lot cooler if it was a two-hander. Tactical shotgun. We want him ranged only. We want her melee only. There we go. Alright. What's up, Transcend? I don't need to do that because it's already a plasma weapon. I don't need that. See, that gives me a muzzler. I'm gonna have to do something with that. Let's do this. Let's critical damage. Yes. Do shock. He doesn't need to worry about range. Now, this right here, light assault rifle MK2. Maybe noise range. That's really interesting. Can I do that with like a pistol maybe? Put a silencer on it. Sure. I just noticed something about, it said something about if you become an engineering virtuoso, you can get things back. That's interesting. Interesting. All right. Here we go.
Soldier.
Crap, I can't go through there. Well, a minute to win it now. We're trying to figure where we're going to eat. None of it means if I can't pick up on course. It's okay. As long as I just never wake up. Numbers of rations are off. Mom used to have such a garden. Now buds grow on hydroponics, which is something from the other day. Moment. Oops. I haven't been eating my rations. I don't need it.
Error. Hulk crew data not found. Identify yourself.
That statement is false.
Error. Paradox protection protocols have prevented me from registering your stated identification. Please report to your nearest mechanical engineer.
Okay, that gives us a few more moments. This is P. Wells. Let's go with that. Work continues as a test subject 112, retrieved from hibernation bay 8. Time of extraction. Time of death 6 minutes prior. Explosive cell death. My arch nemesis.
Can you hear me, Captain? I have successfully integrated myself into the Hope's comm systems, and am attempting to establish contact with the Hope's more primitive processor now. Would you like me to play a mood-suitable music selection while you travel to the bridge? Oh, sorry. File not found.
Mood suitable. That's funny. All right. Pleasant mornings are good. Oh, that gave us a nice little breather. Oh, that's cool. I'm gonna definitely resave over that. This is like a non-restricted area, so I don't actually, I'm not triggering my, disguise.
Here they come.
brats.
I find myself glad to have no olfactory system.
I hate when I step in blood or unidentified things.
I don't think there's anything in here. I think this is just a, this is just like a side area. Because there doesn't appear to be any exits out of here. We do get an elevator. We're gonna have to deal with somebody.
Keep your eyes out for dissidents.
That's the Hope's computer up ahead. I'll admit, I am curious to wake him.
Well, we're about to find out. Open the fucking door, Will. No, you're killing us. Better you than the colonists. Fly true, Hope. Patch Ada through.
Greetings, Captain. I am speaking to you through the Hope's computer system. It's a rather cramped feeling, but it'll do.
Let's do it.
Are you sure? That is extremely dangerous. Skipping the Hope will void the warranty on the skip drive.
I'll be right back.
And also potentially kill an entire planet. How is my humor now, Captain? Improved?
All right. Let's do it.
Jump starting the skip drive. Destination set to the rings of Terra 2.
Do it.
If we're meant to make it, we will. No use worrying otherwise.
Doing it. I mean, affirmative. Skipping the Hope in 3, 2, 1.
ADA. Does your captain seriously intend to do a micro-jump in system with engines that haven't been powered in 70 years on a derelict ship?
That is what my captain intends, yes.
But that is a gross misuse of the skip drive. The Zero Point Drives Corp and I will not be held responsible for any damage incurred during transport, and this will cause extreme damage.
Yes, I am aware of that.
You should not be doing this. The humans will die.
Thank you, Hope. It looks like all systems are go. Captain, I would advise you to hold on to something. Now.
8 hours of mowing. Jesus, do you have like 50 acres? Or do you just wait until it's chest high before you go out there? Jump successful.
Oh, good. We are still alive and have successfully skipped into Terra 2's orbit. I reported as much to Phineas Wells, but he has not responded. Perhaps you should check in on him.
We're alive.
Maybe he
We
was
made
using
it.
scissors.
I
Oh, that makes sense if they run a mowing
never
business.
had
Ah, okay, gotcha. Are these guys still waiting here to kill me? Guess we'll find out.
I don't recognize you. Are you new here?
Probably shouldn't be talking to me. Corporate doesn't like us socializing on duty.
I'm just trying to make sure you belong here.
And I'm just looking out for you.
Yeah, you're definitely new here.
Better get back to work.
I don't want any trouble out of you. Got your paperwork?
Something's not right.
Incoming!
No, I'm good. Why are you fighting me? I don't want.
Captain, I am receiving a transmission from Dr. Wells. Captain, I shall now play the transmission I received from Dr. Wells.
Yes, please.
The board is here. They found me somehow. They're about to blast my door open. I can't stop them from getting me, and there isn't enough time to explain everything. But there's something very important you need to remember. The board, all their lackeys, they're all a bunch of swine. Do you hear me? They're fucking corporate swine. You fucking pigs! I'll take you all out with me! I'll never...
It would seem the recording captured some rather dire events. I presume you'll want to dock at the orbital lab to check on your associate as soon as possible?
Yep.
How can I be of assistance? Goodbye. arriving at Phineas's top secret orbital lab.
Get ready!
All right?
Contingency plan activated. If you're seeing the screen, I, Phineas of Wells, have been perniciously kidnapped and very probably incarcerated by the perfidious and cowardly government of Halcyon in the prison fortress of Tartarus. If I have not already been executed for charges leveled against me, I hope this person reading this message will find a way to finish my work or rescue me before the latter. This is my last will and testament. Commend my body and my belongings to the icy depths of the ether. If this is Renfail, I've prepared an emergency care package located in a hidden panel. Unlock the panel from my terminal and claim its contents. We'll look at the... Okay. Oh, so he was doing experiments.
Great work.
Oh my. Oh yeah, baby. All right, let's save. Nothing wrong with looting everything in sight. Man, I remember those days. Like, I worked for my dad. I've previously talked about. Like, by the way, Splimmer, I never saw the subscription on Prime. Thanks so much. I just caught that in Streamlabs. I don't have audio notifications on, so I missed the visual. I worked for my dad for years, pre-internet. So this is, the internet was around, but not like it is today. And, I've explained on stream, I have a horrible, I don't have a good relationship with my dad. They kicked me out of the house, everything else. But I didn't finish high school. I didn't have a college education. And the only way I knew how to make money was to work for the family business. Like, that was the only way to make a livable wage. And so I ended up working for my uncles and my grandfather and my dad despite horrible mistreatment because that's what I needed to do to survive. And there is nothing worse than working a job that you hate just to make money to pay the bills. It is soul draining. My poverty and not my will consents from the apothecary in Romeo and Juliet. That's a good way of talking. That's brilliant. My poverty consents, but not my will.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Captain, as it appears we may soon be embarking for a maximum security prison planet, I believe the crew would like to speak with you to, as you humans put it, air some concerns.
So, Phineas got himself taken to Tartarus. That's usually a one-way trip.
And here we are, entertaining the notion of busting him out. That's insane. And likely a hell of a lot of fun.
To extract the scientist, you will need to infiltrate the Labyrinth. But that course of action is likely to be quite dangerous, Captain.
Alright. We gotta free him if we have any hopes of saving the colony.
I am programmed to warn you whenever you exhibit inclinations toward risky behavior. Breaking into Tartarus will not be easy.
Getting in is the simple part. It's getting out again that's the trouble. Trust me, I know.
If you really mean to do this, you should see to your final affairs and
Point of
close
no
out
return.
any unfinished business. Once you sneak into Tartarus, you may be there a while. Or permanently.
We're doing it. Everyone strap in.
If we don't make it, at least it'll be a great story.
Outstanding.
You can count on us, Captain. We're crew. For real crew. That means we got each other's backs. Right?
Never thought I'd volunteer to break into a prison. Seems like your tendency towards risky behavior is rubbing off on me, Captain.
Rub.
Waiting on your command, Captain.
Let's do it. You're about to assault the Labyrinth. Saves made after this point can only finish the main story on Tartarus. Side quests and DLC will be unavailable for any saves made beyond this point. If there's anything you want to do before you enter the prison, do it now. Before you cross point in order to would you like to continue? We do. I'll be right back. All right. Sorry, guys. Chris is up, so I had to do my good morning routine with her. She's taking trash out. Point of no return, which means we're going to wrap this game up this morning, which is going to be perfect timing because we've got Baldur's Gate 3 Patch 8 tomorrow. So... hang on, I got a message I need to pay attention to really quick. Okay, that's the Dune Awakening thing. Well, the plan tomorrow is to do Baldur's Gate 3. I don't know what time the patch is dropping, so I don't know if I'll be able to play it first thing in the morning for the morning stream, or if it's going to be when I get back from physical therapy tomorrow. I don't know when I'll be able to play. Spillamara says this is the end game.
To inform you that we have arrived at the
Never seen
Labyrinth.
this game before.
Please
I
be
guess, yeah, I've
advised
never
that
played
the
all the way
punishment
through,
for
so.
trespassing is execution. Please be advised that electrical storms on the surface of Tartarus make departure impossible at this time.
Alright, Do you know anything useful about Tartarus?
Resident count is as follows: 3,071. Resident deaths, including but not limited to executions, are as follows: 1,684. Resident escapes are as follows: 0. The interior can be chilly. Take a scarf with you, Captain.
Take a
I would
scarf.
also ask that you leave your captain's ID with me, in the event that you do not return.
Alright. Not gonna happen.
Understood. If you die or are incarcerated for life, I can generate a new ID for the next captain. I would prefer if you return, though. Oh, speak of the devil. Captain, I am receiving a transmission from the prison's docking authority now.
Attention, unauthorized spacecraft. This is a maximum security installation. Your presence here is an explicit violation of UDL corporate policy. You are hereby confined to your docking platform until a ticket detailing your crimes has been filed and notarized, at which point your vessel will be seized and you will be executed.
What the hell is with you people and landing violations?
I'm sorry, you people? Did you just cast a generalization on upstanding UDL employees? That's a fine of 200 bits. You're up to 5,708, not including the cost of your execution and the disposal of your remains, which will be assessed posthumously.
Hey, how do I know you're a real officer under that helmet? Show me your biometric ID.
All right. I'm feeling generous. I'm transmitting the ID of a productive, law-abiding employee so you can see what one looks like before you die. Anyway, Tartarus Docking Authority signing up. Hang on. Another ship just pulled into your dock. Wait, is that from the Groundbreaker? What the? Pay no mind to that. Just have a pleasant day.
Transmission terminated. Biometric ID received. Transferring data to external cartridge.
So that required a
Calculating
94
assistance.
persuade, and I had 100, so I just got an ID chip. Hell to
I
the yeah.
request you do not wake me if I am sleeping upon your return.
All right, let's roll. You know, I never unlocked 2 of the companions too, so good times. Shows you how much I left on the table in my short but sweet playthrough. Alright, the moment I go out of here, I'm in restricted access territory.
The captain did right by us once. Now it's ours. The board will never own Groundbreaker. Not while I breathe. Push on, Mardet.
That's right, I got friends. I got friends in low places.
Left hand, Cap.
Let's just take a peek at what I just got for my peeps. Havarti, my dear, did we get a really badass melee weapon for you? Is this a... no. Nah, we're good.
Are you new here? I didn't think we were hiring more staff.
Are you talking while on shift?
Oh, no. Don't tell anyone, please.
Everyone gets one mistake, just don't do it again.
Thank you.
The Labyrinth. Perhaps we should all meditate on that as we make our descent.
This might be the loneliest place in the whole system.
By the way, what is the Vicar? Do we have any new helmets for him? Sure, why not?
Let's look around. There's gotta be a few ways through here.
Sure, and let's do a hard save while we can. This may have been a bad decision. Fuck it! Oh, I don't have 100 hack.
Remember, your needs have been provided.
There's a ladder.
Are you new here? I didn't think we were hiring more staff. Oh.
Okay. There's a ladder up over there. I don't know how to get to it though. Dude, get out of the way. Oh, there's a Vader. What's up, Dix? Will Outer Worlds 2 be in the same solar system? That is a good question. Transition to the pit. Inky Z just resubbed for 5 months for the 5th month in a row over on Twitch. What is up, Inky Z? Thanks so much for that support. Appreciate it. Alright, we're going to save again. We're going to make it all the way around.
Unexpected noise identified. Creeping fear warning.
Damn it, the robot
Error.
saw me.
Employee information not found. Identify yourself.
That statement is false.
Error. Paradox protect.
Everything I say is false.
Error. Paradox.
Pays to have your speech maxed out.
Hold it. Something about you doesn't look right.
Hey, I can't help the way I look.
No, I meant your uniform. There's something about it.
I stole some polish off one of the prisoners.
Aw, damn. Lucky you.
Well, look who it is. I'll be damned. I was prepping the studio for our announcement, and here you are as a bonus. I had heard you'd taken a mechanic under your wing. What's the matter, girl? Couldn't find actual employment?
The captain's treated me right. Better than any of you bored folk ever have. I'm exactly where I want to be.
That's right.
And the convict. The vicar. You know, most people, once they're out of prison, don't seem keen on returning.
Oh, I would go anywhere to see you fall, sir.
When you go off and get yourself shot, try to avoid taking one to the face. I'll want it recognizable to show to my citizens.
Get out of my way, Rockwell.
I'm not in your way, you dullard. You talk to me. You want to go die in a blaze of glory? Be my guest. Besides, I don't know what you think you're doing here, but Sophia's doing good work up there with Phineas. Your efforts will be in vain.
I'll see for myself when I get to him. Now, it did not have me automatically shoot this dude. Why is that? Why? I have questions. Okay, what is the easiest way to get there? Either way, I gotta deal with soldiers. And robots.
I don't see what the fuss is about a blasted lab coat. Fugitive's a fugitive. Let it go.
Shit.
The chairman himself is here.
Hey, you! Lawbreaker, I saw that! No prisoners! Everything in my life has been leading up to this point. I believe I am ready for this.
What comes of it? I know you all.
Captain, you have an uncanny talent for complicating my life. You've disrupted the balance of power. You've upset the natural order of things. You've introduced uncertainty, and there is nothing I despise more than uncertainty.
It's over, Sophia. Stand down.
I'm afraid I can't do that. I'm aware of your diplomatic talents, Captain. You have a gift for manipulation, but I warn you, I'm no easy mark. For all your talents, you are the enemy of Halcyon, and therefore you are my enemy.
And you're gonna do your duty, die trying. I get it. Let's move it along.
Dr. Wells is being held in my custody. His cooperation will prove invaluable, even if I have to beat it out of him. All that's left to do is put down this riot, arrest you, and then get on with the bloody business of saving this colony.
Let's talk about this.
Fair enough. I'm giving you exactly one chance to parley with me.
Oh yeah, I've got 100 persuade. Let's see if this actually works. You don't want to die in Tartarus. I'm giving you a chance to walk away.
Interesting that you think I'm going to die here. I believe I'm more than capable of taking you on.
Nothing stopped me so far. What makes you think you will?
Fair point. I don't know how you've managed to defy the odds. By every reasonable estimate, you should be dead. Yet here you stand. I've devoted my entire life to protecting Halcyon. I'm not afraid to die in the line of duty.
The board's not worth dying for.
There isn't much of a board left, thanks to you. You've thrown this system into disarray. Cleaning up your mess will be the work of a lifetime. You were always an unknown variable. I tried to recruit you, but you threw your lot in with that madman, Phineas Wells.
Oh, why don't I... That one's locked for some reason. So I'm not gonna be able to talk my way out of this. Oh, it's because I also need science. I destroyed your experiments and I'm sure your plan's never gonna work.
Yes, I'm quite aware of your brazen act of corporate vandalism. By the way, those test subjects you killed, they died in agony. My scientists assure me they can recover the data you've destroyed. You've succeeded in temporarily delaying our research. Nothing more.
Well, your experiment was badging any data you're collecting. I'll use the hacked. I wrecked that data beyond repair.
That isn't true. It can't be. You're trying to manipulate me. That experiment was absolutely essential to the program. My scientists assured me they were close to a breakthrough. They gave me their word.
You know I'm right. I can see it in your eyes.
Damn you. You are telling the truth. My scientists have been lying to me, and I was stupid enough to trust them at their word. We're going to have to start all over again. All that research, all those experiments. You've set us back decades. I haven't given up on the program yet. You've caused some complications, but I can improvise. I can fix this. I haven't lost control of the Labyrinth yet. Our security system is still operational. I can still put a stop to you.
No.
This prison is equipped with an automechanical
So you gotta have so many
warden.
things maxed
I've
out
had
to
it
be able to
programmed
actually
to
talk your way
eliminate you
past
on
her.
site and rinse your remains down a drain. And don't worry. I will inform Dr. Wells that you died heroically, or something.
Alright, so yeah, unfortunately I'm not gonna be able to talk my way past her. I was able to do partial conversations, but not all of them. Boring conversation anyway. Let's go pew pew. Oh, this is not a fuck. I bet I have to I need to rearrange some guns.
Watch out, Captain! Captain, you're right!
Unfortunately, all my peeps are down. fuckers, man. These robots are all over the place. They're gonna end up killing me more than anything else. This thing has like no ammo. Fucker. How can I stun this behemoth? The moment I get behind him, it like, or the moment I... That thing right there definitely... Oh, God damn it. Somehow I've got to lure him out, and when he goes down like that... You're gonna go backwards. You can oh, shit! Oh, I've almost got you, bitch. Shit, did he just pull ads up again? Oh no! Ads, ads, ads. Run, 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 run. There are, but right now I gotta take care of the ads. Fucking found me. Oh no, get out of here. Run. No, it's not the time to reload, you son of a bitch. No, 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 run. Gotcha. Oh shit! I was not ready for that. Thandar just resubbed for 6 months in a row on Twitch. 6 months on Twitch. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
All right.
She went down fast. She went down like your mom. I'm now repulsed by the board. When you use an inhaler, any down commands will revive with a small amount of health. Oh, that's totally worthwhile. Yeah, to hell with the board. I don't mind that I'm repulsed by them. Alright, I'll be right back.
Ready when you are.
Alright. Let's use this thingy.
You don't know how glad I am to see you. You did the right thing. Akande was a monster. Her death was much deserved, and long overdue. And you lunatic, you broke into the board's own fortress just to rescue one doddering old man. You are absolutely out of your mind, and I can't begin to thank you enough.
Board never stood a chance against me.
Ah, all in a day's work for you, huh? You've broken the board's stranglehold on this colony, and you saved my life. But there's still so much we have yet to accomplish. You and I are going to have to work harder than ever to save Halcyon. I'm afraid the situation is far worse than any of us ever anticipated.
Great. I was just here, whatever. I'm in the mood for your theatrics, Phineas.
Theatrics? Merciful law, I wish I were exaggerating. Earth has gone dark. We haven't received a single message in 3 years. There's been no communication, no signals, nothing. 2 years ago, the Earth's Directorate's frigate disappeared on their way back to Earth. We don't know what they discovered when they arrived, or if they arrived at all.
First the food supply, and now this. That's it. I'm done. There is no plan, just random chaos.
You're experiencing a crisis of faith, Preacher. Don't worry. That just means you're paying attention.
You mean we're all alone out here? Really alone?
I'm afraid so, Miss Holcomb. Halcyon is the only home we have left. Returning to Earth is no longer an option. We're in serious trouble, my friend. Do you know what this means for Halcyon? We can't rely on Earth for support anymore. We've been cut loose. We're entirely on our own.
Well, I got a lot of work ahead of us. Best get started.
Yes, we do. You've done a marvelous thing. You've succeeded where anyone else would have failed, including me. We must begin the revival process immediately, starting with the Hope's brightest minds, and then we're going to fix this damn colony, one problem at a time. We're going to need a leader, and I can't imagine a better person for the job than you. What do you say, old friend? Will you help us?
I'm the only competent person left, so sure.
You won't hear a word of disagreement from me. When I revived you, I thought we were going to save this colony all by ourselves. But I was wrong. We can't save Halcyon on our own. We're all going to have to pull together, somehow. We are not a colony anymore. Our last connection to Earth has been severed. I don't know if we'll survive, but we're going to have to try our best.
Lifetime and programmed ruined.
The OSI teaches that everything in the universe happens according to the grand plan. But the stranger that arrived in Halcyon was an unplanned variable. From the moment he landed in Emerald Vale, his actions altered the course of history. The events on Tartarus brought about the end of the board's authority. But the board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hope's colonists. Engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals. They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever sent out into the stars. The Hope scientists and engineers woke up in a colony descending headlong into total collapse. With no way to return to Earth, they had no choice but to band together and devote themselves to the cause of saving Halcyon. The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the board's authority, many of the colony's settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival. Life was especially hard in the years to come. Some towns dissolved by attrition and starvation, but most of them found a way to carry on. In the years to come, Halcyon was forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The board was gone, and for better or worse, the colony was responsible for its own destiny. Left unchecked, the war on Monarch consumed both MSI and the Iconoclasts. And when the sulfur cloud settled, only stragglers from both factions remained. Some found their way to Sublight, some to Terra 2, and some lived their final years fighting for food in the wilderness. In the end, only the beasts remained. The collapse of Edgewater left its workers bereft of any purpose in life. Most of them made their way to Adelaide McDevitt's camp, hoping to ingratiate themselves into her favor. Adelaide accepted only a few to her community. The rest were turned away and likely died of starvation. Nevertheless, Adelaide's camp grew into a well-established town. Adelaide McDevitt refused to cooperate with the ongoing effort to save Halcyon from collapse. A sympathetic deserter stole a copy of her research and delivered it to the Hope's scientists. It is unclear how useful Adelaide's research was. An optimistic estimate suggests her work may have bought Halcyon another few years of survival. Adelaide would never know. She died that winter. Under the leadership of Junlei Tennyson, the Groundbreaker held firm against corporate influence. The ship's mechanical stability gave Junlei the time to educate a promising generation of engineers, schooled in her family's traditions. The future of the Groundbreaker looks promising.
Nice.
The rediscovery of the Hope and the abandonment of the lifetime employment program forced Byzantium to come to terms with some uncomfortable realities about the state of Halcyon. While Byzantines were reluctant to surrender the luxuries they'd grown accustomed to, the board's diminished authority gave them little choice in the matter. Nearly everyone had to learn to make do with less. Some even had to get jobs. It was a dark time indeed. Ellie savored her adventures on the Unreliable. Once they were done, she returned to life as usual, running missions of dubious legality, shunning respectable work, and living life to the fullest. She meant to reach out to her one-time captain, but she was always bad at keeping in touch. After all he'd seen and heard adventuring with you, the Vicar Maximilian de Soto renounced his faith and joined the effort to rebuild the colony. Ironically, he finally found the joy that had eluded him over the course of his life, and realized that perhaps he was always meant to be just a simple laborer after all. He quickly dismissed the idea. Though Parvati eventually grew comfortable aboard the Unreliable, she never quite came out of her shell. She seemed to prefer the company of Ada to the crew, and she could often be found neck-deep in cables and grease, telling Ada funny stories from her childhood.
Shiny.
While the colony fell into chaos, she found an island of relative peace with Ada, and they formed an unusual bond. She decided to remain aboard the Unreliable permanently as its chief and sole engineer. As hard as she tried to drink them away, Nyoka's memories eventually overcame her. Traveling with the crew served as a constant reminder of the family she'd lost, and so she eventually returned to Monarch to get back to what she found most comfortable: the deep end of a bottle and the far end of a trail. Few have seen her since, but travelers often swear they hear her and her machine gun in the night, screaming swears and spitting bullets. Before his untimely death, Captain Alex Hawthorne had plans to restore and modify, for combat purposes, a sanitation and maintenance automechanical that he'd found in a state of disrepair in Emerald Vale's scrapyard. That unit remains broken down and forgotten.
I bet that was one of the companions that I didn't get along the way, because I didn't try to do a completionist journey.
Was released from house arrest, and his contact with you gave him a sense of renewed purpose and vigor. Once it became clear that no help would be coming from Earth, he threw his considerable efforts and talents into helping Halcyon manage the crisis before it.
This just shows the beauty of what Obsidian does, creating games that can have many playthroughs because of all the variables.
Though he was always haunted by the failures of his past, he was determined to make things right by building toward the future. Dr. Wells was able to revive many more scientists and engineers than he first expected, thanks to the additional batch of chemicals you stole from the Ministry. Wells never forgot about the human lives that were lost in acquiring these chemicals. The revival project was hard and painful work, but in the end, despite limited resources, over half the Hope's colonists were successfully revived. Even after Wells passed away, the Hope scientists and engineers worked night and day to pull Halcyon from the brink of collapse. Their efforts continue to this day, which may be reason enough for optimism. Dr. Wells laid the groundwork for the project to save the colony, but he would never live to see the fruits of his labor. He passed away a few years later. His work was carried on by the scientists and engineers he revived. Life will never be the same in Halcyon. It is widely agreed that the colony has a chance of stabilizing within a generation, owing to the hard work and determination of the surviving colonists. Recovery is a distant goal.
Yeah,
and the
Obsidian's
path
known
is
for having
long and
big
uncertain.
stories at
But
the end of their games because there's so many
carry
variables
on,
that can change how
determined
this
as
all
ever.
plays out.
And
So
what
they
about
usually
you,
end up having
the
dozens of
unplanned
different endings that
variable
you can
in the
get.
history of Halcyon? You brought an end to the chaos on Tartarus and proved yourself the most capable leader left in the colony. You administered the colony in your own image. With the old power of the board destroyed, a new government of Halcyon rose with you at its center. With your steady hand, you guided Halcyon through the turbulent years that were to follow, and helped ensure the survival of the colony until the end of your days. No one knows what's happened to Earth, and no one knows what the future has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is this: the name of the Unreliable and that of its intrepid captain will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.
Well, there we go, kids. That is the end of my sort of... It's not rushed, but that was the end of my first playthrough of the Outer Worlds. That would be the, what do you call it when they take a book and they... The condensed version, I think is what it's called. The abridged. Yeah, this is the the abridged version of the Outer Worlds. Inky CC's, that end was so wildly different. Yeah, and there's a ton of DLCs and everything else. I just wanted to play through the story so that I could say, hey, I finished the story so that I'm ready for whatever comes in Outer Worlds 2. I will have at least an understanding of things. If I had more time, I would be happy to play this through all the way and do more of a completionist run, but we've got Baldur's Gate 3 Patch 8 dropping tomorrow, so that is the plan for tomorrow. I don't know what I'll do this afternoon. I might take the afternoon off just to sort of relax a little bit and get some steam together before the Baldur's Gate 3 Patch 8 drops tomorrow. I also don't know what time the patch is dropping tomorrow, so we might start early in the morning with Baldur's Gate 3 and then roll into the afternoon. But if they don't have the patch ready to go in the morning, I might just wait until after my physical therapy to start the stream. I don't know yet, so just stay tuned. This afternoon, tomorrow might be a little wonky with schedule-wise, but in the meantime, I'm going to go record my review for this game right now and get that out on YouTube. So stick around for that. And then after breakfast, I'm going to be watching episode 1 of season 2 of The Last of Us and getting the review out for that as well. So stay tuned, and I'll see everybody next time. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for all the resubs and renewals of memberships on YouTube and Twitch this morning. Appreciate the support, everybody. See you next time.